Most businesses handle debt reactively. The real power is in a proactive strategy. Pre-collection. Personalized reminders significantly increase the likelihood of payment completion before an account ages. This is about preventing severe financial damage to your business and your customer's credit score. Data shows that accounts placed at 30 days yield much higher recovery outcomes than those delayed to 90 or 120 days. Here, we'll break down the pre-collection framework, the strategies, the psychology, and the costly mistakes to avoid. First, redefine the goal. Pre-collection isn't about chasing debt. It's about preventing it from becoming a problem. This prevention begins before any sale. Clear, upfront payment terms are non-negotiable and set firm expectations. Next, you need to know who you're dealing with. Early credit risk assessment identifies potential issues from the start. So, you've laid the foundation. But what happens the moment an invoice is one day late? This is where the strategy is truly forged. Early intervention is critical, especially with commercial bankruptcy filings up 67% as of February 2026. Acting early doesn't just get you paid faster, it saves money. You leverage a contingency-only model where you only pay when a successful recovery occurs. But why? Is gentle, early communication so effective? It's psychology. Many debtors aren't malicious. They're overwhelmed, ashamed, or afraid. Your communication must be a lifeline, not a threat. Lead with professional empathy. But what is the single biggest mistake that undermines all of this? This empathetic approach has a powerful side effect. It strengthens customer relationships. You transform from a creditor into a partner. Ultimately, this preserves your most valuable asset, your brand reputation. A positive pre-collection process avoids public-facing negativity. We understand the foundation and the psychology. So what do the most effective pre-collection strategies look like in practice? Top performers use a graduated escalation strategy. It begins with a friendly reminder, then a personal email, then a call, resolving most issues gently. This process doesn't have to be manual. Automation is key. AI-driven reminders and risk monitoring make this efficient and scalable. Don't rely on one channel. An omni-channel approach is vital. Combining emails, texts, and calls significantly improves contact effectiveness and motivates prompt resolution. For tougher cases, a third-party pre-collection service is effective. A letter from an external name signals seriousness and prompts action. These tactics are powerful, but they can be easily derailed. Now, let's look at the critical mistakes that can render your efforts useless. Remember that question? The single biggest mistake is bad information and poor timing. A late or incorrect notice is worse than sending nothing. A preliminary notice can be a legal document. Getting the timing wrong can void it. An incorrect debt amount gives the debtor a basis for dispute. But here's a surprising trap. You can also do too much. Bombarding a customer with notices can backfire, causing them to shut down completely. This is why the graduated escalation strategy we covered earlier is so effective. It's about strategic, timed interventions, not a constant barrage. So, how do we tie all of this together? Let's synthesize these ideas into a cohesive, powerful approach. We started with personalization. Now we know why. It breaks through the psychological barrier of shame with a specific human touch. The clear terms and risk assessment you do up front aren't separate tasks. They directly inform your escalation strategy for each customer type. Remember the drop in recovery rates after 90 days? That isn't just a financial metric. It's a relationship metric. Old debt poisons the partnership. The ultimate insight is this. Pre-collection isn't a series of actions. It's a complete system integrating finance, psychology, and communication. Let's bring it all home. The core takeaway? Stop thinking of late payments as a problem to be solved and start seeing them as a risk to be managed. Pre-collection notices are your primary tool. They reduce financial risk by acting when the probability of recovery is at its peak and improve your cash flow. Most importantly, when done right, they preserve and even grow the customer relationships that are the lifeblood of your business. Early intervention means more customers are kept out of stressful collections, and more relationships are preserved. It's time to shift from reaction to prevention. Review your accounts receivable process today and implement a pre-collection strategy.